Welcome back to Teshkid FX for another price prediction update, and in this video I'll be giving you a price prediction update on Harmony One, whose current price stands at the $0.02595 mark, and here on TradingView the market is down by 0.84%. and in this video I want to give the key scenarios that I expect to play out, basing my analysis on the Elliot waves and the Fibonacci's, and also the key areas of support and resistances, and also draw out the key chart patterns that we have information on this chart. So if you're interested in such content, make sure that you stick around till the end of the video, and I'll kickstart the video by giving a brief of what has been happening on this chart. Harmony One, from the all-time high, has been seeing lower prices in this massive ABC correction, which has now taken us to around the $0.016 mark, and having done so, I believe that ABC correction has done the minimum that we expected it to do in its ABC correction, and soon we might see a very nice pump to the upper side. And before we get that nice pump to the upper side, there are key chart patterns that we have to break out of here on the charts, and also have in mind that Harmony One is facing some key issues like the repayment of the money that was lost in the Horizon Bridge hack. So we need to have that in mind, and how that and the proposals that the Harmony One team is putting in place, how they can affect the prices here on the charts. And also we have lost a key area here on the Fibonacci's, that is the Fib level 0.88, which is a key area Fib level for all cryptos. So we need to have those things in mind. And if I start my analysis here on the daily chart and I zoom in here on the charts, here on the daily chart you can see we had been trading within this descending channel. We managed to break out of this channel to the upper side. We also managed to break above a key area of resistance at around the $0.0265 mark, and from there we had a bit of a retest here on the daily chart, then continued pushing higher. And if I also jump to the 4-hour chart for further analysis, here on the 4-hour chart we had also been trading within this channel from the moment we made that low at around the $0.016 mark. And as we were trading within the channel, we were making a series of highs, meaning that the buyers were trying to push the market to the upper side, but at some point the buyers lost it to the sellers, and from that point we started seeing lower prices, and we managed to break out of this channel to the lower side, and we went to around the $0.018 mark, which is a key area of support. It gave us support and started seeing a very nice bounce to the upper side. We also managed to break above this key area of resistance. As we tried to have a retest, we didn't have a successful retest, and we started seeing a pullback to the lower side, hit another key area of support which gave us support, and we have started seeing a very nice bounce to the upper side. And for now I can remove this channel because we managed to break out of that channel. It is now of less importance to us. And if I now get to the key scenarios that I expect to play out here on the charts, here on the 4-hour chart we can draw out a channel which we are trading within, which is right here. So here on the 4-hour chart we have this other channel that we are trading within, and this brings me to the key scenarios that I expect to play out. It's possible that we might be able to break out of this channel to the upper side, and in case that happens, I expect us to break to the upper side and get to around the $0.029 mark, which is a key area of resistance. And at that key area of resistance we can either manage to break to the upper side or get rejected, and in that movement to the upper side, that will be completing a head and shoulders pattern that I have here on the chart. And if I draw it out here on the charts, we can have this as the left shoulder of that head and shoulders pattern. Then we have the head down here because it's an inverse head and shoulders pattern. Then we have the neckline. Then the movement that we are in at the moment, this is what is completing the right shoulder of that pattern, and we have started seeing a bit of a breakout to the upper side because this is a pattern that normally breaks to the upper side, having the target area of that breakout as the height between the neckline and the head. And it's also worth noting that this is not a perfect head and shoulders pattern, but it's a head and shoulders pattern. So getting the height of that pattern using a trend line, then placing it at the area where it's possible that we might be seeing that breakout to the upper side, that gives us a target area to around the $0.03225 mark. So it's possible once we manage to break out of this channel to the upper side, we get to this key area of resistance, manage to break above it, have a successful retest of this area, and also maximize our head and shoulders target area. So we get to this to around the $0.03225 mark, and in that movement, so that is the first movement that I expect to play out here on the Harmony 1 chart, basing it on the head and shoulders pattern and also that channel that we are trading within. It's also possible that we might not be able to break out of this channel to the upper side. We continue trading within that channel, and once we hit perfectly the upper part of the channel, we can then have a reversal to the upper side, that is a pullback to the lower side, continue trading within this channel, and in that movement to the lower side we might get into the lower part of the channel, which also perfectly coincides with the key area of support at around the $0.02365 mark, which can give us support before we start seeing a very nice bounce to the upper side. So those are the key movements that I expect to play out here on the charts, and it's possible that at that key area of support we might lose it and continue unlocking even lower prices. So let's be patient and see how that plays out, and I'll keep you updated. If we also take a look at the indicators to see what movements will be supported, here on the RSI we are trading at around the 64 mark, so we have a bit of room for us to continue trading to the upper side before we get into the overbought region. So the movement of breaking to the upper side of that channel and also breaking out of that head and shoulders pattern here on the RSI will be accommodated before we get into the overbought region, and that movement to the lower side of the channel, we have room for us to support that movement to the lower side. If I also take a look at the MACD, here on the MACD we have not yet printed anything, but soon we'll be printing something. So let's be patient and see how that plays out, and I'll keep you updated.